Hi guys, it's Summer. Welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to click today's video. If you are new, welcome. My name is Summer and I'm currently on a financial journey to pay off all of my debt while saving money at the same time. I do budget using a zero-based budget and with the help of the cash envelope system, and I am eliminating my debt using the avalanche method. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and joining me for another video. I truly do appreciate your support. So in today's video, we are going to be doing my August budget. I do have a little bit of a different setup. When I first started my financial journey, I was using the Budget Moms box set to budget. And then at the beginning of the year in January, I did switch over to her workbook. However, I am going back to her box set. The box set is a lot smaller and it allows me to bring it with me in my purse or my backpack for work. So now that I have revisited my financial goals, I definitely need to tighten up my budget. So I went back to the box set. That way I can be actively looking at my budget every single day. So here is the box set. Oops. So it has all the other things, the same things that the workbook has. It's just in the booklets. This is the first page in the booklet, and it's just your monthly budget calendar. I've never shared this on my channel, but every month prior to doing my budget, I do go ahead and create a budget calendar. And a budget calendar is just like a regular calendar, except it has everything budget related on your calendar. So what I did was I went ahead and listed all of my bills and their due dates and how much they are. That's what's in yellow. And the tealish color, I list holidays. This month it is my sister's birthday, so I have that. I know I will be buying her a gift. So just seeing the calendar definitely helps me be able to plan for my budget. And then in green, I have the events. I have 2 events so far this month. On August 8th, I am going to a 5-course wine dinner. And then on August 15th, it is the first day of school for me. And then every year on the first day of school, me and one of my teacher friends, we do always go to dinner on the first day. So I have that because I know that I will be spending money there. And then on Wednesday, I just made plans to meet a friend for lunch. So I'm just gonna put Wednesday sushi dinner. That way I can go ahead and add that into my budget. And then as I pay the bills each month, I go ahead and cross them out. All right. Then there's this little thoughts and notes page for you to write down your thoughts and notes. I don't have any thoughts or notes right now. And then this is the Paycheck budget tracker that I use to budget. I really do like the Budget Moms Budget by Paycheck workbook, the workbook and the box set. I just like the way that she has her budget tracker set up. However, if you are new to budgeting, you do not need to have her workbook. You can budget just using a pen and paper, or there are several other templates that you can find offline or on Etsy. So I do get paid once a month. So the paycheck date is today, which is July 29th. I am a salary employee who gets paid once a month on the last working day of the month. Since this is my July 29th paycheck, my July paycheck. I do use my July 29th paycheck to cover all of my August expenses. So that's why it does say August up here. So the first thing that you want to do when creating a budget is you need to list out all of your income. That way you can get your income total to know how much money you have to work with for the month. Here on my channel, I do share my real numbers. I am a teacher, so my income is public record. So I do budget using my real numbers. So my teacher income, which it has already hit, I do budget with a credit. I do bank with a credit union, so my paycheck does get deposited a little bit earlier. So I do know the actual amount. So my first teacher income is $5,311.40. I do have my teacher income split up into two accounts. I have $5,311.40 go into my checking account every month. And then I do have a summer super saver. It's a savings account that accumulates a little bit more interest than your typical savings account. And I have $400 go in every month. And then other income, I do have about $500 of other income that I get every month. I did get a comment in my last video about my income as a teacher. I do live in California and I did do some research. California is the second highest paying state for teachers. So that is why my income is a lot higher than some other teachers in other states. I think the highest paying state for teachers is New York, and then California comes in second. And then another thing to consider is that in California, the way that our pay scale works is it goes by the number of years you taught going down. And then the next column is your education and credits that you have. So I do have a master's degree, so I definitely get paid probably about $15,000 more than someone who does not have a master's degree. And then in addition to having a master's degree, I also get a $1,800 stipend every year for having a master's degree. And then I am a special education teacher, and I do hold a multiple subject general education teaching credential, so I do have a lot of units for that. So that is why my pay is a lot higher than some. So now that we know my income, let's go ahead and calculate our income to get our total income. So we have $5,311.40 plus $400 plus $500. So my total income, my expected income for the month of August is $6,211.40. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put that income total on the line. So the $6,211.40. The next thing that we need to do in our budget is we need to budget for our fixed expenses. Fixed expenses are expenses that tend to stay about the same every month. So I have the following fixed expenses. I have gone ahead and listed out all of my fixed expenses to save time, and then I will go over those amounts now. I don't actually write down the date that it's due because I do not use this date to track my bills. I will go ahead and use the budget calendar, and then as I pay those bills, I check it off. So I don't list the date, but if that's something that you want to list, you can go ahead and list it. So my rent is $1,478 a month. SDG&E, which is my electricity, that is $67.83 a month. My cell phone bill, which is the cell phone bill for myself and my son, is $149.15 a month. My internet is $89.99 a month. Instant Ink, which is a subscription for ink for my printer, is $6.45 a month. I do have iCloud extra storage for my cell phone, and that's $2.99 a month. I do have an Adobe subscription that is $9.99 a month. I do have an Epidemic Sound subscription as well, and that is $15 a month. USAA, which is for my car insurance and renter's insurance, is $105.40 a month. I do have a monthly subscription to the car wash for unlimited car washes. That is $29.95 a month. I do have Banfield, which is pet insurance or a medical plan for my dog, and that is $56.95 a month. My son's Kung Fu is $249 a month. His piano lessons are $105 a month. I do have an Orange Theory gym membership, and that is $169 a month. I do have a Coomer's wine membership. That is a new expense. I did become a member at a local winery in my area, and that is $89 a month. I think it's $89.95 a month. The Peloton app for my spin bike is $44 a month. I do have Sparkletts water delivered to my house every month, and that is $52.85. I do invest with American Funds, and I invest $150 a month. Affirm, which is for my Peloton spin bike, is $62.03 a month. My Alpheon credit card, which is a medical credit card, is $254 a month. And then my Apple credit card, I did get a new cell phone this year, so I am paying off my cell phone. It does have 0% interest. That is $42.20 a month. So that is a look at my fixed expenses. Now that I have my fixed expenses, let's go ahead and add up all of my fixed expenses so that we can get our bill total for the month. So if you're doing your budget along with me, the first thing you want to do is go ahead and calculate your income, and then you want to calculate your fixed expenses, your bills that tend to be the same every month. So let's go ahead and calculate my fixed expenses. 1,478 plus 67.83 plus 149.15 plus 89.99 plus 6.45 plus $2.99 plus 9.99 plus 15 plus 105.40 plus 29.95 plus 56.95 plus 249 plus 105 plus 169 plus 89.95 plus 44 plus 52.85 plus 150 plus 62.03 plus 254 plus 42.20. So it does say that my bill total is $3,229.73. I do like to check that. I do use this dual calculator that I purchased off of Amazon, and I like it because I can go ahead and push this arrow and the number will go down to the bottom screen, and then now I can recheck my numbers to make sure I get the same amount. So let me go ahead and recheck that. All right, so my numbers do match. So my bill total is $3,229.73 a month. So then what we want to do is we want to go ahead and put that on our bill total line. So $3,229.73. So now we need to find out our leftover amount after we pay all of our bills. So let's go ahead and take our income total of $6,211.40 and subtract our bill total of $3,229.73. So that means we are left over with $2,981.67 after paying all of our bills. So the next thing that we need to budget for is our variable expenses. Variable expenses are expenses that do tend to change each month. They tend to vary. Your variable expenses are your cash envelope, so your daily spending. And then I do budget for the following cash envelopes. I have food, gas, household, miscellaneous, self-care, and guilt-free. But first, let's go ahead and put our leftover amount on this line. So this month for food, we are going to be budgeting $500. I previously was budgeting, I believe, $563. Guys, I do have some new financial goals. I'm currently trying to save up $20,000 for a down payment for a house for my son and I. So I am looking to decrease my budget so that I can save more money for a down payment. But I'm going to be doing that in baby steps. I don't want to make a lot of changes at once because I do want to make sure that I am creating a realistic budget that's going to work for us. So I just went ahead and decreased food by about $60 to see how that goes. For gas, it's going to get the normal $340. Household is going to get $50. Miscellaneous is going to get $75. Self-care, it's going to get its usual $300. And then guilt-free is going to get $100. So let's go ahead and add up our cash envelopes. So my envelope total is $1,365. So now let's take our leftover amount of $2,981.67 and subtract our envelope total of $1,365. So now we are left with $1,616.67. The next thing that we need to budget for is our sinking funds, which are extra savings accounts. It's where you save money for expected events that are coming up. So you're saving for those in advance. And we are going to be budgeting for the following sinking funds this month: my emergency fund, back to school, a down payment for my house, and I do have a girls' night out. That's actually the 5-course dinner, wine dinner, but I needed to put that in my budget. I did have to pull from my emergency fund this month. Jaden did need his wisdom teeth pulled out, and then my dog also had to have a tooth extraction, which I did not realize dog tooth extractions are so much. His tooth extraction was $607. So I ended up pulling $24 from my emergency fund, and I just want to go ahead and put that $24 back in my emergency fund account. That way it is fully funded again. So we're just gonna give emergency $24. Back to school is going to get $250. Once we give back to school this $250, it will be fully funded. And then for down payment, we're gonna budget $376. And then the girls' night out, the 5-course wine dinner, is $150. I'm really excited about that. The menu looks really good, and they're going to have some really good wines. And I just wanted to treat myself to that. So this is proof that when you are on a budget, that you can still do the things that you enjoy and like. So let's go ahead and calculate our sinking funds. 24 plus 250 plus 376 plus 150. So our sinking fund total is $800. So now let's take our leftover amount of $1,616.67 and minus 800. So that means we are left with $816.67. Because it is a booklet, the downfall of it is that your budget is on multiple pages, which I don't mind. And I'm actually really liking that in the booklet you do get more lines to list your bills, so I don't have to use that extra post-it to list the bills that there wasn't enough lines for. So I'm excited about that. And I'm really excited just to be able to carry my Paycheck budget tracker or budget with me. That way I can constantly update it, since I will be making some changes to my budget. I just find that with me being on the go, the booklets do work really well. I did like having the workbook. At the beginning of the year, I was not taking my budget with me. I was just leaving it at home. And it did cause me to get a little loose with my budget. I think for me, it definitely helps that if I revisit my budget every day and track my expenses for 10 to 15 minutes, and that just is easier for me to do on the go, like when my son's at Kung Fu or during my lunch break or recess. So I definitely want to maximize my time and just be able to work on my budget and updating my expense trackers when I have free time. So the next thing that we need to budget for is our extra debt. So let's go ahead and write down our leftover amount. So we're left with $816.67. And so what I did is I have two lines, and I have Alpheon. Since I am focusing on paying off my Alpheon credit card, that is the priority, I went ahead and listed it. What happened is, as my Alpheon balance has gone down, the minimum payment due each month has gone down. But what I went ahead and did was I took the amount that it went down by, so it decreased by $63. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and continue to pay that $63 because I was used to paying it. And then the second line here is, if you are new to my channel, I am a teacher and I do bank with a teacher credit union. So during the summer, I do not have to pay my car note. So what I'm gonna do is, instead of the money that I would have used to pay my car note, I am going to use to pay down my Alpheon credit card. So that is $609.65. So I didn't have to pay my car payment in the month of July, and then I do not have to pay my car payment in the month of August. So payments will resume on September 1st. Okay, so now let's go ahead and calculate our extra debt payments. So $63 plus $609.65. So our extra debt total is $672.65. So if we take our leftover amount of $816.67 and minus our extra debt total of $672.65, we are left with $144.02. Wait, let me make sure. I think I did something wrong. That's correct. So the next thing we want to do is we want to budget for our extra savings. I'm not going to budget for any extra savings right now. What I'm gonna do is I do like to have a cushion in my bank account, so I'm just gonna use that $144.02 that's left over and use that as a cushion to leave in my checking account. So our total savings total is $144.02. So if we take our leftover amount of $144.02 and subtract our saving total of $144.02, that means we are left with $0. So that is how you get a zero-based budget where every dollar is accounted for. So if we take our total income and then subtract our fixed expenses, and then subtract our variable expenses, our cash envelopes, then subtract our sinking funds, then subtract our extra debt, then subtract our extra savings, we should be left with $0. So then the next part of the budget on this page is a cash envelope breakdown. And so this is where you would list out your cash envelopes and how much you need. So 500, 340, 50, 75, 300, and 100. And then the sinking funds that we're going to be stuffing is back to school, which is $250. So then once you have your amount, you can go through and fill out your cash denomination breakdown. This is just so you can figure out how many bills you will need to stuff your cash envelopes, and then you can take this cash denomination breakdown with you to the bank. That way you can tell the teller how much money you are going to want to take out, and then how you would like that money. I'm not going to go ahead and fill this out on camera. If you would like to see how I fill out the cash envelope breakdown, go ahead and leave that in the comment section, and I wouldn't mind doing a video on that at a later time. Well, that concludes today's Budget With Me video. I really hope that you found this video helpful or enjoyed it. I know that I did get a lot of new subscribers that did come over from my sister's channel, Love Lexi. Nicole, thank you guys so much for coming over to check out my channel. And if you are new to the budgeting community and you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave those in the comments. I really do love the debt-free community. It's such an amazing community, and if you have any questions, just leave it. Don't be afraid to ask. There is no such thing as a stupid or silly question. I definitely know what it was like when I first started my debt-free journey and just wanting to know how to get started. So if you have any questions, just leave those in the comment section, or if you would like me to film a video explaining something further, leave that in the comment section as well, and I would love to film that for you guys. Well, that concludes today's video. I really hope that you guys have an amazing day, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video, which will be a cash stuffing video. Bye! Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It definitely helps out my channel, and I truly appreciate it.